And it begins again. It's time for an update. Enough cats. We got cats crawling around here. Cats? Can you hear that? You can't hear the cats. But we got cats. Yeah, we got cats. We got cats. Well, man, I turn the machine on, and I lose my mind. I turn the machine on and I lose my mind. By which I mean, I lose Dave, and that's uncool. So, working on that. I'm going to start a new channel. The mind is coming back to life. God help you all. Oh, where do I look? Up, yeah, up there. Look up there. Now pause and think, Dave, and get it right. Come on, man, get it right. This is my front window. There's my porch window, and then there's the landlord. I got him to put in this big ass light to help illuminate things, to keep the drug folk at bay. Because everybody, the facts of the case are, and it is problematic. Everybody digs Dave, and they like Dave's place. Dave's place is like lived in, you know. It's not totally trashy. It ain't like Sweet now, but who? Was it Flock? It wasn't Flock of Seagulls. Damn it! It was not Flock of. It was not Flock of Seagulls. See, now I've started it. I can only pause it. The guys in 81 or 82 who made the video, and I know you've all seen it because you want to be hip, right? They did this magical thing, this magical music video, where they turn around all the way through the music video, but at various points, but it was everything was draped in like mylar, or it looked like Reynolds wrap or something, so that they could hide the cords and everything. Because to do something like this in 81 or 82, you had to have a big ass camera, which had to have shitloads of cords and power, et cetera, and coaxial various things, and so, but it was like wasn't that the coolest thing in the world? They didn't even go this fast. But today, just catch my bearings. Today, in your hand, I want to say, and I hate to be excessively nationalistic. I hate to be overly nationalistic. But God bless America. There's a reason for this. The new channel, my new channel, because my mind is coming back to my four head. It got infected. In fact, it's infected now, and my head is spinning from. But the doctor says 10 days of antibiotics, and I'll be good. It won't migrate to my brain, but I'm telling my brain, my neurons are already swelling and the poop of the bacteria that's growing in my. They did a CT scan, which is it's just. I was going to say, God bless America, man. I don't know how much to go into with regard to my new channel. But the new channel is going to be cool. I won't say fuck or, butt fuck or, fag. Probably won't say fag. But I will say, and I won't say fuckface in the White House. I won't say fuckface in the White House. I'll say dick for in the White House. I think it's significant that we can say, we really can say, that we can be grateful to Donald Trump. Because now, my brain is coming alive, and I have machines I want to build, machines I want to express to the world. I'm an inventor, all right? Kind of a weird profession, and it don't pay. It don't pay. It was never supposed to pay. Don't pay me. It was never supposed to pay me. Read Benjamin Franklin. I love Jim Carrey because Jim Carrey has found his voice. Jim Carrey has found his voice. He and I were born the same year. And I'm sure I'm older than he is, so I get to boss him around. I was born in January. We can be grateful to Donald Trump because the lead folk, the folk that have been blessed with this beautiful North American continent. So blessed. We should cry every morning out of sheer gratitude for it. To play around. And we've got to help. We as a nation have been able to help the rest of the world. The rest of the world out of darkness. There was a profound democratic movement in Japan in the 20s and early 30s that was crushed. God, hope I get this right, because if I'll just sound like another Hirohito. Well, no, it wasn't Hirohito. It was the military. Not under governance by Hirohito, but then he fell into line, as all dictators, if they don't. There was a profound democratic movement in Japan early. There was a profound democratic movement in Germany, crushed by the Nazis. My history of the Russians have always struggled. The Russians have always struggled, and my understanding of the Russians isn't what it ought to be. There was a profound democratic movement in Rome. And we get to thank Donald Trump because he gets to be the instigator of profound change in America, and we Democrats. I guess that's with a small d. I think it should be with capital D. Get to swing the pendulum. We get to swing the pendulum, and it will happen. It will happen. I almost want to think now I can take a vacation because I've been all creeped out about it. But no, because now I get to be me. So, the American people get to rise up, and fix the Electoral College, fix Congress, fix the corruption in Congress, and we can carry on. The Americans get to carry on their job, their responsibility as leaders of the free world, because we're not done. When I say we're not done, it is incidental that we have this responsibility. However, it is our responsibility. This guy on TV, this Canadian guy, was talking to a broadcaster, and kind of jokingly he said, "Well, about you Americans, we're all kind of afraid of you." Well, we have blame it on the frontier. That frontier, which there's so much to be sorrowful about, but our forefathers, our mothers and fathers, our grandfathers, etc., caught this concept about being free, and folks like Donald Trump and his buddies, no, man, we're Americans. We're Americans, man. We're Americans. We're Americans. I mean, we really are. We're Americans. We don't like people fucking with us. And we don't like people fucking with our friends. Like the Canadians. And, especially the Canadians. They're our friends, man. I mean, they're our friends. They make us laugh. They make cars for us. They make steel for us. They make wheat for us. They make they help make us safe. They watch our northern border from the the missiles flying overhead. We don't like people who screw with England. We don't like people who screw with Germany. We don't like people who screw with France. We don't in Belgium. And we don't like people who fuck with our friends. Donald Trump is fucking with our friends, and that will not stand. And we will. There's no doubt. So it's kind of it's fun to watch to see how it's going to play out. You get old, you kind of have a tendency to sit back. Well, that was kind of interesting. Facts of the case are, and I copped to this the moment I realized Trump was going to be president, is that there are going to be people who will die. Their lives will come to an end because Trump is president. Purely because the dumb fuck is president. And that's happening. That is happening. There are people who are dying. I'm thinking particularly in the West Bank, and just because he's a dickful, that he has, and there are people who are suffering in their lives for generations to come, and their kids are fucked because here I'm thinking about the kids that Donald Trump kidnaps. So the change that needs to be brought about as soon as possible, because Donald Trump is doing a great deal of profound damage. And people like folks in Germany, folks in France, folks in England, folks in Canada, folks in Australia, folks in all over the world, folks in China, and we get a reputation for being dumbasses, total dumbasses. I mean, we may have been dick fours in the past, all through history, but we've never been dumbasses. We get a reputation for being dumbasses, and that can take years to overcome. So I'm going to go to any channel where I won't, have to say dick for in the White House. And it's interesting that, there are always Donald Trumps. There's Adolf Hitler, Donald Trump, and why not compare them? Donald Trump wants to take over this country. And he can't do it. Just can't do it. 300 million people say no. I guarantee 300 million people say no. You don't piss off 300 million Americans and get away with it. You don't piss off 300 Americans and get away with it. Your name is Donald Trump, and you think you got 15 big ass motherfucking aircraft carriers on your side? I don't think so. And there's a reason for the Second Amendment. There's a reason for the Second Amendment. There's one reason for the Second Amendment. You don't get to be in power, bitch. So click on over to my new channel and I'll explain to you how and why and etc. It'll be kind of fun.